at this point. I hope it's not one of our enemies, because that thing, the pilot said it was there and then suddenly it's there in an instant. I hope it's not one of our enemies, because if it is, they've got some real serious advances on us on technology.
Like someone tell me, how much can a man take? Apply the pressure, let them know you can't break. Yeah, I know you're tired. You wanna give up, but you can't. You just gotta hold on. You just gotta hold on. You just gotta hold on.
Shalom, Mr. Shalom. Brother Avery, royal regime of Yahushua. First and foremost, all praise and honor, glory to the Most High Yahweh. And today we have a lesson. I titled this The Chariots of the Most High. The Chariots of the Most High, or the Chariots of God. Okay, and what this is, basically, a lot of people don't understand this. Okay, you have, as of the past few years, even your government is coming out and they letting us know, hey, we're not alone. Okay, it's something out there, something in the heavens, something in the space that they're seeing, their sightings everywhere.
This morning, new green night vision video showing triangles in the sky, but this time the Pentagon offering an explanation to lawmakers.
We're now reasonably confident that these triangles correlate to unmanned aerial systems in the area. The triangular appearance is a result of light passing through the night vision goggles and then being recorded by an SLR camera.
But at the first congressional hearing on UFOs in 50 years, Pentagon officials admitting that most of what they call unidentified aerial phenomena remain unexplained. They also showed lawmakers this video captured by a fighter pilot with a cell phone that shows a metallic object that you might miss if you blink.
I do not have an explanation for what this specific object is.
Okay, now, this is the thing. They've slowly, over the years, they've been showing movies, say Hollywood, for example. Okay, they know the truth. They show it as aliens, UFOs, some type of flying creatures or saucers in the sky. Okay, and then they make movies such as Independence Day. You got many movies pertaining to UFOs or spacecraft. Okay, now, according to the Bible, they know exactly what this is. This is the chariots of God, okay? The angels, this is how they fly, communicate, and how they move around in the heavens, okay? Chariots, okay? Now, it almost sounds something, sci-fi or fiction to the average person, but it's actually in the Bible. It's in the scriptures, and our ancestors knew about this, okay? When they first came to this land, this is why you get to slay those old Negro spirituals, swing low, swing chariot, coming forth to carry me home. So this is showing you our ancestors knew about this. When they first was brought to this land, hardcore chattel slavery and bondage, working in those fields, those were the songs they were singing. Come forth, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. So this is showing you our ancestors knew this wasn't their rest. They knew this land was the land of their captivity, their slavery. Okay, so this is where they would get those songs from. Swing low, swing chariot, coming forth to carry me home. And this is exactly what the Lord is going to do in the last days. Okay, for his elect, those that believe. Now the Christian church, we're going to get this scripture, they've mistaught what you would call a rapture. Okay, even though the Bible don't speak of the word rapture, the Lord will deliver at one point in time his elect. And he's going to do that, but one of the means or ways he's going to do that is beam up his elect in what you would call chariots, okay, the chariots of the Lord. So we're going to go through the Bible, we're going to read some precepts, and we're going to show you the chariots of the Lord is contained in this Bible. Now before we begin, once again, these chariots for the elect will be the salvation, the things that protect or beam us up before the thermal ballistic nuclear missiles strike what you call AKA Babylon, America. Okay, this place will go out in fire. Thermal ballistic nuclear missiles. But the Lord will deliver his remnant of people. Okay, first world went out, flood, water. This one will go up in like World War III, Armageddon missiles. But the Lord will preserve and deliver his elect. Part of the way he's going to do that is going to be through the chariots of God. Okay, so first place we're going is Psalms, the 68th chapter, 68, I'm sorry, Psalms 68. We're going to read verse 17. By the way, all you're going to need for this is your King James Version Bible. All right?
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000.
The what?
The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000.
Come on.
Even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place.
Okay, so right off the back, it's just showing you the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them in Sinai, in this holy place. So in the heavens, this is how the angels actually get back and forth. Okay, these are the sightings that you're starting to see more and more. What it, people, especially a lot of them appear, what is it, like Mexico and New Mexico, what they call Area 51. And actually, the past few years, they all over the place. We see them within the states. You can't escape. They're everywhere. Okay, these are the sightings. They appear on one end, and before you know it, like fast as lightning.
On NASA's live feed.
They on the NASA's live feed, yeah. Brother had caught it live. It was live. He had the whole thing, chariots off the chair, multitude, fleets, formations of them, and then we had what they call the big mother.
You see what the fuck I'm telling you guys? I'm not fucking playing. Look at this orb. It's a gold orb from the NASA space station live fucking feed. Excuse my language. Oh my gosh! Look! What the hell's going on? Holy fuck! NASA space station looking out to the stars. Oh my, that's a fucking massive ship. That's a massive fucking spaceship, look. Oh my gosh, there's another one flying up there. You can't even see it. Oh, look at, there's another one. There's whole fucking fleets of them. Look at another one right there. Oh fuck, something's going on. Something's going on, guys. Look at that shit. I'm not fucking kidding you. Oh my god, look. Look. Oh fuck, it stopped. Holy fuck. You guys, what the fuck? Somebody explain this to me right now. This is on the Roku app. A Roku fucking TV. These are the live fucking feeds. These are fucking fleets of aliens. They're staring at fucking space. Oh my gosh, something's going on. Something's going on, guys. I need fucking answers. Stay fucking woke, bitch up in that hole. Tell me what the fuck this is. Look, they're like fucking invisible. I'm sorry, I mean, from outer space. This is space. Look at the NASA International Space Station HD live feed, courtesy of NASA. Oh my, what the fuck is that? That's a mothership. That's like a, oh, I'm sorry guys. There's something going on. This is a fucking mothership. Excuse my language, but you guys don't believe in aliens? What the hell is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. What the fuck is that? There's something going on here, guys. We need fucking answers. We need to know what this stuff is. That's a whole city. That's like a fucking mothership. You guys, comment, like my video, follow me. Oh, look at, they stopped it. They stopped it. Something's going, oh shit. They fucking stopped this shit. The video from Space Station External High Definition Camera has been interrupted due to loss of signal. How the hell was that loss of signal? They're
ship to come at the end. So this is real. Your government officials know this is real. They're not going to come out and tell you exactly, okay, these are the chariots of the Lord. They're going to come up with their own, excuses or conspiracies, UFOs, or they'll say it's Russia or another country with technology. No, these are the chariots of the Lord that you're seeing, meaning our Lord is very near. He's right here on his way around the corner. Okay, 50, 100 years ago, you wasn't seeing these sightings. The closer we get to the end, we seeing these sightings more and more and more. Okay, let's get a precept, Isaiah 66. Isaiah 66, verse 15.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For, behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
See that? This is talking about at the coming of the Lord. He's going to come in his chariot as flames of fire, as a whirlwind, okay, to render judgment. Flames of fire, that's what it's talking about. That's how these chariots appear. Big chariots covered like a big wheel with flames of fire surrounding it. Okay, read it one more time.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
See that? So those chariots are for the destruction of this world. Those who don't get delivered are beamed up, okay? For the enemies and stuff, the world militaries. This is why they came out what you call the Space Force. What do you think they fighting in space? They preparing for what they know is coming. Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay, so it's gonna be destruction for them. But that's gonna be our deliverance. Swing low, sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home. See that? Now let's go to Acts chapter 1. We're reading verses 6 through 9.
The book of Acts chapter 1 verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel?
Okay, now this is what the disciples are asking Yahweh Shai. Now Yahweh Shai had already died, resurrected. Now this is for, well, he came back, he's kind of in spiritual form. This is before he completely went off to sit at the right hand of the Father. This is after they crucified him. No, he appeared to him again for so many days. Now they're asking him, well, thou at this time, they thought he was coming to take down the nations then, take down Rome, because you have to know what was going on at this time. The southern kingdom was still in Jerusalem. We went our land, but we were under Roman occupation. Romans was ruling us. Okay, they was the leadership. They were ruling us. So these are the disciples asking Yahweh Shai, are you coming right now to take them down? They didn't quite understand. Okay, he has to go sit at the right hand of the Father. Then in the end of days, he was going to come back and destroy the nations. Okay, so read verse 7.
And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons, which the Father hath put in his own power. Verse 8. But he shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you.
Come on.
And he shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost parts of the earth.
Come on.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and taken up in a cloud, received him out of their sight.
Okay, so right after, before he resurrected or went back up to be with the Father, it says, notice, it says, as he spoke these things, he was taken up in a cloud. Now, this is not a normal cloud that you look up and you say, like, you go outside during the day and you see a cloud. That's not what it's talking about. This cloud talking about a chariot. Same chariots we just read about. He was taken up in one of these chariots. Okay, that's how he ascended back when he returned. Same way, similar. Okay, from now let's get some precepts. Let's go to Psalms 104 verse 3. We're going to prove to you that the cloud that he ascended up in was a chariot.
The book of Psalms chapter 104 verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
He maketh the cloud his what?
His chariot.
See that? So that cloud we just read about in Acts that he ascended up in is talking about a chariot. Read it again.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
See that? Maketh the cloud his chariots. Now let's get Matthew chapter 24 verse 30.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
See that? So when he returned, they shall see they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. We now know what that cloud is talking about. That cloud he's going to be coming back in is talking about the chariots. Okay, let's get Luke 21. Chapter 21 verses 26 through 28. AJ, once you get that, you give me Exodus 13. Exodus 13 verse 18.
The book of Luke chapter 21 verse 21.
St. Luke 21 verse 26 through 28.
Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, Then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Okay, so this is right before his coming. When we start to see the prophecies and things of that nature that it lists in Luke, St. Luke 21, when we see all of these things, and we're starting to see most of it now. Okay, he says you'll look up for your redemption drawing now, but it's also showing you this cloud once again. Precept upon precept, we see he's going to return in similar fashion, the same way. We now know what that cloud is talking about according to Psalms chapter 104 verse 3. That cloud he's returning in is a chariot. Okay, the chariots of the Lord. You got the one I told you, AJ, Exodus?
Exodus chapter 13 verse
18 through 21. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 13 verse 18. But Yahushua led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. Verse 19. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. Verse 20. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in the Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. Yeah.
Verse 21.
Verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them.
And a pillar of what?
A pillar of a cloud.
Okay, it's talking about that chariot. Okay, the same chariot. During the day it was a chariot that would guide them. By night it would lead them by fire. Come on.
To lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light, to go by the day and night.
Okay, so you see that? All through the Bible, through the precepts, it's showing you that cloud represents that chariot. Okay, let's get Zechariah chapter 5. I want verses 1 through 5. Zechariah chapter 5, verses 1 through 4. Cameron, give me Isaiah 22, verse 18. Isaiah 22, verse 18.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse
1 through 4.
Verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
A flying what?
Roll.
Okay, this is talking about the chariot. Come on.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. Verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes, and see what is this that goeth forth.
What verse you at?
The end of 5.
Okay, cool. But that flying roll in the beginning is the same thing. That's talking about that chariot. It's always surrounded with flames of fire. Okay, that's the chariots of the Lord. Cameron, you got the one I told you? Isaiah 22, verse 18.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 22, verse 18. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country. There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house.
Okay, good. Read it again.
Verse 18. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country.
Okay, he shall surely toss thee like a ball into a large country, talking about our people. Okay, the Lord, because of disobedience, he scattered us throughout the four corners. This is what it's talking about when he say he shall toss thee like a ball, okay, into another or large country. Continue.
There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house.
See that? And there the chariots of thy glory will be the shame of thy Lord's house. Okay, because the elect, before those missiles come and destroy this place, there will be a certain number of elect who the Lord will deliver out of here by the way of those chariots. This is what it's talking about. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 1. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4.
Come on.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud.
Okay, that whirlwind and that great cloud, once again, is talking about the chariot. It's forming, it's like a big whirlwind. Remember Isaiah 66:15 said the Lord will return with flames of fire in his chariot like a whirlwind. Same precept. Read it again.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
Okay, read verse 19 and 20.
Verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Okay, so the living creature is talking about these angels. Okay, but it's showing you what they're in or surrounded with the chariot, like a whirlwind or a spinning wheel with flames of fire. This is the chariots of the Lord. All right, let's get one in Apocrypha. I'll read this. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18. And I'm going to read verse 7. This is the book. Let me see.
Yeah. Chapter 15.
No, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, and verse 7. I'll read this one. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 7. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of thy enemies. Okay, this is what the chariot is coming for. It's for the salvation of a certain elect before this place is destroyed. The Lord will beam up his elect or his chosen by the way of those chariots. But for the nations or the enemies that's within this earth, the Lord is going to use that for their destruction. Okay, once again, they put this in these movies. I'm telling you, they don't just pull this stuff out of the clear sky. Okay, Esau understands to a certain degree. They understand the scriptures. Okay, they make light, they make mockery, they put things in movies. Okay, so they tell you what I'm telling you, is just they flip it. They have you thinking what's coming out of the sky is evil. Okay, it's something aliens trying to take over or destroy Earth. No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Those are the angels of the Lord in those chariots. Okay, so it's the opposite of what they show you. But I'm going to read it again. Wisdom of Solomon 18 verse 7. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous, okay, because it's going to help deliver, be the salvation for the righteous, and destruction of the enemies. Okay, so they have a reason to be afraid. But yeah, it's destruction for them. Okay, but for those of us who understand and know the precepts through the Bible, know those chariots represent salvation, deliverance. Okay, let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind.
Hold on. The Lord took Elijah up to heaven by what?
A whirlwind.
Okay, that's talking about the chariot. Remember, it's flames of fire, spinning wheel, whirlwind. The same thing we reading about. Come on.
That Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel.
Okay, verse 9 through 12.
Verse 9. And it came to pass when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee, before I be taken from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taking from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. Verse 11. And it came to pass as they still went on and taught that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire.
There appeared what?
A chariot of fire.
Come on.
And horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven.
See that? Elijah went up by the whirlwind into heaven. It just told us before that what that whirlwind is all talking about. There appeared a chariots and horses of flame of fire. Okay, then he went up. Elijah went up into heaven in that chariot or that whirlwind. Same thing. Same way we read in Acts when it say after Christ got through speaking, Yahweh ascended on the cloud. That cloud, that whirlwind is all the same thing. It's talking about the chariots of the Most High. Okay, we're going to close out with this. Revelation chapter 11, verse 11 and 12.
Book of Revelations chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half of the Spirit of life from God entered into them. And they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Okay, this is talking about our people waking up in these last days. Okay, precept there with Ezekiel 37th chapter, the valley of dry bones. Okay, after a certain dispensation of time, our people, talking about now these last days, started to wake up. We stood up on our feet. These are brothers waking up all over the earth, coming back into our heritage. Israelites teaching this Bible, okay, the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. And they say when they stood up, great fear fell on those who saw them. The great fear is talking about the other nations. They weren't supposed to wake up. Okay, they're supposed to be black, African American, they're supposed to be niggas and thugs all their life. Okay, so this is the great fear, because as we wake up, what are we doing? We prophesying against the kingdoms. We prophesying against Babylon. We telling the other nations their judgments. We proclaiming the blessings of Abraham. Okay, so now this is the great fear coming up on them. We telling them, hey, you're going into slavery. Okay, you reap what you sow. You put us into captivity. Okay, you going into captivity. Okay, so this is the great fear that's coming up on the nations. Verse 12.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
Hold on, read that again.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
Come up hither. This is the elect, those who waking up in the last days. The Lord is delivering. Come on.
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. We now know what that cloud is talking about. Okay, that cloud is the chariot. Remember Psalms 104 verse 3 again. Come on. Psalms 104 verse 3 is talking the precept for that cloud. That cloud is a chariot. Just read it again, verse 12.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
Come up hither. This is the Lord delivering his elect. How is he going to do it?
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
See that? They ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is that chariot once again, according to Psalms 104 verse 3. And as they ascended up into heaven in that cloud, that chariot, it says their enemies beheld them. The same enemies in verse 11 that had great fear, as well as the 2/3 of our people who don't believe it's true. They got the same spirit as the other nations, okay? They're going to be assed out, feel real stupid.
Yep.
Okay? All the mocking and scoffing, they're going to be whole. Those same ones, the elect Israelite, beamed up in those chariots and delivered. Okay, so once again, this has been the Chariots of God lesson. It's all through the Bible. Okay, it's something you're not going to be taught in your Christian churches. Why? They don't know the Bible. And even if they do, the ones that's Masons that took secret oaths, Masonic oaths and things of that nature, they may have some understanding a little bit, but they're not going to tell you people. Okay, so only way to get it is from the Lord teachers or prophets in the last days. His Israelite, his men that's waking up. That's the only way you're going to get it. Okay, so once again, that's the Chariots of God. I pray you get some understanding. Until next time, shalom.